Many people in Southeast Ohio are in need this holiday season, and sometimes local restaurants help by donating food to local food pantries. But it's not always possible for restaurants to make donations. WOUB's Taylor Poole is live at Casa Nueva in Athens with the reasons why pantries are struggling and why restaurants may not be able to donate. Taylor, couldn't restaurants like Casa just give away food they don't use to pantries as a donation?
Kelsey, many restaurants like Casa work hard to make sure they use all the food in the kitchen, so they don't have any food surplus at all. Plus, certain health regulations determine what food can be donated and which pantries can receive it. Food pantries in Southeast Ohio rely heavily on donations, but some restaurant managers say they don't usually donate any leftovers because they just don't have any.
Well, we don't generally donate as a rule. So, and again, that goes back to us trying to keep our parts as lean as possible so we don't have that waste.
It's not that they don't care. Casa and another Athens restaurant, Brennan's, are just trying to manage their costs by cutting waste. Meanwhile, food pantries are struggling to make ends meet, and a director of the Friends and Neighbors Food Pantry in rural Athens County says they could use anything they can get.
From restaurants? Rare. Very rare.
Would you like it?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt a bit. That would be nice. Yeah, that would be really nice.
Cool Spot, a restaurant and convenience store in Athens County, has donated to Friends and Neighbors on occasion, but they just can't afford to do that very often, so they can donate to other pantries too. Plus, not every food pantry in Athens County can even accept fresh food donations from restaurants because of Ohio Department of Health regulations that require refrigeration for certain foods.
Cold food should be held below 41 and hot food is above 135. Some of the pantries can accommodate those kinds of things, but some just do not have the depth and capacity for refrigeration and frozen food.
It's refrigerators and freezers like this one that would allow the Friends and Neighbors Food Pantry in Lottridge to receive fresh food donations like fruit, vegetables, and eggs. But the workers at the food pantry in Lottridge say they receive few, if any, fresh food donations from local restaurants or stores, even though they are one of the few locations in Southeast Ohio that could receive those fresh donations.
Just for them to drop by and say, here, we have an extra box of these. No, that doesn't happen very often.
Friends and Neighbors tends to have the which is the Lottridge location, tends to have the largest capacity in that regard. And they're some of the folks that are doing a lot with fresh produce, especially in the summer giveaways.
When unforeseen circumstances strike, though, Casa does donate extra food to local organizations like the Community Food Initiative.
And particularly in cases where we've had power outages for any more than like 12 to 24 hours. It's got to go somewhere at that point. We can't use it.
Plus, Herbie says the restaurant donates about $200 each month of fresh food to organizations who ask for it. At Friends and Neighbors, they run what is called a choice pantry. That means it receives no government funding at all because the people who work there want the people who benefit from the pantry to be able to choose what food they want to eat rather than receive the food in a prepackaged box. But for the pantry, that means donations from people are just that much more important. Reporting live from Casa Nueva in Athens, I'm Taylor Poole for WOUB News.
Thanks, Taylor. The other major food pantry in the county, the Athens County Food Pantry, cannot receive perishable food items because it lacks the refrigerator and freezer space needed to accept fresh food.